Hello everyone, Attack Power here with Game 2 between Mimile and Ghosty in a challenge of the Masters of the Game for the August monthly tournament. Let's dive right in here to Orsha East. And on the left, in the red, we have Mimile playing 3rd Mechanized on Maverick Income. And on the right, in the blue, we have Mr. Ghosty playing 26th Panzer, also on Maverick Income. So very interesting here. 3rd Mechanized, a division we have not seen in a hot minute, or maybe a hot year, basically. This division was really strong at some point, probably about a year back, and then it received a couple nerfs and things, and just some of the updates really didn't go its way, and it really kind of fell out of favor. Diving into the deck here, though, we do have some Partisan Snipers, Valentine 3s, T-34, 76 Razvedka, and you get Razvedka. So the Recon tab, very strong. You get just a great mix of stuff. Your Infantry tab, also pretty good too. You get Gavardi DP in every phase. Tankos can come in B because you have the Partizani in A phase, which have a Molotov. So, you know, you get more CQC than a lot of other Soviet divisions, which is really nice. Your tank tab is basically MCHAs and Valentines, which is okay, I guess. It's not phenomenal, but it's also not bad. Your support tab is quite bad. It doesn't really have anything special in it at all, just the standard Russian Soviet stuff. Your AT tab, pretty solid. You get lots of Su-76s, Zis-2s, Su-85s, 45 mils. You don't get any like Panzer Shreks or anything like that, though, which is definitely disappointing. And nothing super heavy, but definitely enough to destroy your common tanks. AA, it's fine. Just 37 mils, not bad, not good. Your RD tab is it's lackluster. It's just got mortars, some light artillery, and off-map 152s. And then finally, you have the air tab, which is okay as well. It's nothing phenomenally of average fighters and okay bombers with the IL-4s, which do have very heavy bomb loadouts and very good resilience. Hopping over to 26th Panzer, a division that was really hot when it first came out and has kind of cooled off. I would still put it at a solid A-tier division. It's really not missing anything phenomenally huge. Diving in here, your Recon tab, really quite strong vehicularly. Lots of half-tracks and tanks to work with here. We're seeing the Panzer III, Panzer IV, and an SDK of Z. Bringing the Sped Troop, which is kind of weird. Usually just bring Aufklärers if you bring those guys, so I'm not really sure why, but he's got them. Infantry tab is solid. It's nothing phenomenal because a lot of your Panzergrens come in as MG34 Panzergrens, which are a significant downgrade from MG42 Panzergrens. They're the same price. You do get a higher availability, but their damage output is it's noticeably lower. But you do get the Stolstrup Berettas, which are phenomenal. The only Stolstrup that are like truly phenomenal. Your tank tab is a really nice mix of heavy and medium tanks with the Stug M42, Panzer IIIs, and then basically buffed up by a bunch of Panthers and some. I think there's Tigers in here too, but he's just got the Panthers. There's no reason really to bring Tigers over Panthers anymore. And then into the support tab, a really nice support tab with Grillas, MG42s, IG-18s, and Panzer IVs for support. So lots of good options here. And I think, isn't there a Stukafus in here too? No, wrong division, sorry. Or isn't there like a napalm missile dude? I want to say there is. Maybe I'm wrong, but he doesn't have it. Your AT tab, also really solid. Pack 40s, Jagdpanzer 4s, Martyr 3Ms, which are really efficient. Just a great AT tab. Jagdpanzer 4s can really overperform, especially in a matchup like this where MCHAs and Valentines are the main tanks to kill. They really can't deal with this thing. It's really tough. They have to rely on their AT guns to kill it. Your AA tab is good, not phenomenal. It does have SDK of Z71, but you only get one card, and I think you can only bring in an A. And then you have the FAMO 88s, which are 88s on cars, and they kind of suck because they run out of ammo after like 3 planes. It's pretty rough. Your RD tab is good, but extremely expensive. Hummels and 81mm mortars he's bringing here. And finally, your air tab is once again solid with Focke-Wulf fighter bombers and good Italian bombers, but a little lackluster, or is it lackluster in the fire department? Well, he's not bringing any fighters, but you do not get any like AT planes or anything. But hopping into the game here, we do see an early TU-2F out of Mimile, checking things out here. Orsha East, a solid map. Red side is blue side's a little favored. Red can really struggle here on the hill because you're kind of like got very little hill to work with. But it's a little easier for red to grab this spot here on blue. So there's things to work. It's a relatively fair map. The Orshas tend to be pretty fair comparatively speaking. So early pushes here, yeah. Mr. Ghosty pushing pretty aggressively, and if you didn't see game 1, make sure to go check it out. It was phenomenal. Mimile missing some micro here, surprising. Let's see if the PTRD can get anything. It does not. It's going to get absolutely wiped out here. Partisans do get into the church, but they are very much spotted. They do hop out and stay alive, but now Studebaker goes down. Ouch. It's an unnecessary loss there. Hopping up north, Stolstrup Beretta's going in hard to capture this forest up north. I'm not a big fan of the Partizani DPs. They're just like small machine gun units. I mean, they're only 15 points, so I understand why you're tempted to take them, but I just find small infantry squads like that to really suck. But Mimile's better than me, so he probably knows something I don't know. Lag 3-4 coming in. Gets a nice bombing strike off, hitting one for good damage and pinning down another. Duzi and SDK have said 251. He brought it in with his leader. These are phenomenal. Does go down to the T-34-76 Razvedka, but here's that Jagdpanzer 4, and I'm not sure what can stop this. The answer is nothing here. And now that infantry goes down in this central hill under a lot of pressure, and he really lost this fight up north completely, with Mr. Ghosty being very aggressive. And once you lose this forest up here, it's very, very challenging to get back in. And Mr. Ghosty has a fairly large number of units still there. Surprised he didn't send more Partizanis up north, because they are the Molotov guys. The Stolster Berettas are very, very strong. Berettas are Berettas. I mean, they're very good. He didn't Mimile had this flag for a little bit, but he lost it to the half-track. Valentine coming in. It's got a nice gun on it. For 50 points, this is a very, very solid tank. It fires very fast, 12 rounds a minute. 150 millimeters of penetration with that 6-pounder. It's a good tank. There's nothing upsetting about using these. They're slow as crap. That's a little bit of an issue for sure. The Valentine 3 Recon, though, has the lighter 2-pounder. Does still fire really fast, and the penetration for a 25-point tank is actually pretty good, but it's certainly not killing anything big. So the north is lost here by Mimile. Definitely a big issue. If you can kill off this half-track, I mean, it could be not as bad because there's nothing really to kill his armor. There you go. Okay. So technically he could drive right back in here. Doesn't look like he's going anything heavy though. Half-track does go down to the PTRD. So a really nice kill there. Recapturing his flag and keeping Mimile at a 12-12. In comes more troops from Mr. Ghosty pushing down south. Mimile did a really nice push down south here to capture these two flags to counter the loss of the hill and the northern part. Red definitely has an easier time pushing down south. The red flags are really deep, so blue has a hard time getting these, but red can very easily capture this one. And like I said, it's much easier to capture this because there's a lot of cover to work your way through these buildings. Tu-2F floating around. I don't know if these Pioneers will get in. If the PTRD can land some good hits, it'll kill it. IG-18 lands a heat shell, but here comes the lag 3-4 coming in. Will it be able to save the Valentine 3? One got bounced. Bounced again. And there's the lag. And down it goes. And the Valentine 3 stays alive. Can it get into position to stop these reinforcements? I don't think it will. He should see them coming, though. I mean, he's lost the hill for now. Once he loses this flag, then it'll go back to a 12-12. Mimile actually pulling off a 13-11 for the moment and now losing it. He did capture this town. Very capturable for red. Blue actually has a really hard time like controlling this flag. So like I said, this hill sucks for red because once you get pushed off, the opponent can sit here and cut off all reinforcements, and that's really bad. But if that doesn't happen, red has a lot of pushing points down here, down south to capture this small town and other things like that. So the PTRD is taking things out. Yeah, down goes the dangerous half-track, and down goes another half-track, and the leader's caught out now. And the Valentine 3 is in position. The DP catching these Pioneers out. This push, a disaster for Mr. Ghosty. Partizani DP do go down, though. Lag coming in for the bombing strike on the Pioneer. Unfortunately, this is the Pioneer that's healthier and also falling back, so it's going to take way less damage. Focke coming back around for some fighter duty. It's heavily loaded enough, and it is medium resilient, so it should do a fairly good job at fighting on fighter duty. Might be able to take out this lag. I don't know what the resilience of the lag is. Can the Tu-2F get out of there? Panzer 4 goes down to the Valentine. Nice little kill there. 13-11 though for Mr. Ghosty. Partizani pushing back on the hill to try to get in here. Pack 40 now covering off the reinforcement road. If the Partizani can get there, killing that Pack 40 would be huge. But a nice armor contingent here made up of Panzer 4s and Panzer 4 support and Panzer 3s. Gonna be a tough nut to crack here on the hill. Again, the Zis-2s are up for it, but it's still gonna be tough. The Jagdpanzer 4 started to push a little bit and I think fell back, but now it is coming. And that Zis-2 will find it. And at this range, it can use its APCR, which means it is very capable of killing that Jagdpanzer. Oh, but just kidding, the Razvedka is going to do the job for him. What a nice placement. If you lose this hill, always put some sort of Panzerschreck unit right here, bazooka, whatever, and you can easily kill off anything that tries to get up on the corner. It's really hard to catch it because it's like just under that hill. Valentine pushing forward. It can't surrender the infantry as long as they're behind the front line here. If this went like this, then this Pioneer would actually surrender. Pioneers are pinned down. We do see a Panzer IV coming in. That's going to be very dangerous for this Valentine. When I say dangerous, I mean it's going to kill it. Mimile doing a great job down south. But now Mr. Ghost is going to try to exploit his advantage up north, most likely. Partizani are too far forward. If he's not going to, like, he doesn't want them standing here, these Panzerguns are going to absolutely decimate them. Some units coming in up north. Mimile might be trying to get back in, but Pioneer goes down to the lag. Just looking to kill that off and get that flag, but this Valentine's going to die to the Panzer. Gavardi DP moving in just to hold this position. Valentine versus Panzer IV. Valentine is actually out of range. 1250 range on that. The Valentine 9 here could definitely take out that Panzer IV, but the Valentine Recon does go down. Partizani go down as well. So Central Hill not in a good spot, but, I mean, Mimile's definitely countering it in other places, which is often what we see from these high-level players. When they lose a section, they just kind of say screw it and move somewhere else, which is definitely something for us lesser players. It's tough to do. It's hard to see half the map go in the other person's favor and not do anything about it. Razvika trying to move in, but the tanks are off on their way to the center to now pressure this town down here. There's no AT other than the Gavardi DP, and that's not much of an AT. Love these Avto Kamrotis. 15 points for a leader is insane. There's very few divisions in the game that get to enjoy this. There are only 2 men. They died at everything, but 15 points to throw leadership anywhere you want is pretty darn good. So now it's Partizani also pushing forward here. A nice aggressive play from Mimile, just forcing Mr. Ghosty to deploy troops in other places, but he was sitting on a lot of points. Holy crap. Still in A phase, so Mr. Ghosty was really not calling anything in there for a good bit of time. Taking out the Spit Troop would actually be quite good. Get rid of that recon. That could really help him out. Valentine's out of HE shells, so it's not going to be helping kill those infantry. Unfortunately, all he has in here is recon units, so he doesn't have anything to, like, capture this flag. Probably should have brought in some infantry first. Valentine 9 eventually going to get killed by the Pack 40, which is going to kill these Partizani first. I mean, they're only 15 points, not the end of the world, but Razvika going to, trying to get out of here. But it's pincered. It's kind of screwed. Needs to fall back. I don't think Mimile has seen it. Oh, yeah, and things just getting worse. Ooh, T-34, though, takes out one of the Panzergrens in the transport. Really not there. Focke-Wulf comes in, bombs, I don't know what. To be honest with you, I have no idea what it bombed. Coming back and, oh, for the 45 mil. Goodbye, 45 mil. 37 mil is here, but it's too far back to really have an effect right now. Especially with the front line pushed this far forward. But still 12-12. Lag does get through, is stopped by some AA. STKFZ most likely. There was a Gepard around. But I doubt... The Gepard didn't stop the lag before, so I don't know why it would stop the lag now. Ooh, the lag did kill the Pack 40. That's a huge kill there. Needed to open that up. Well, the double Gepard maybe did it, but the bombs got off anyway, so I shouldn't even say it stopped them. Focke-Wulf also still gets his bombs off. Sped Troop in a wondrous spot here for spotting. Partizani just pushing on through. I mean, they're going to die when they hit this Panzergren, but the progress was nice. Here comes a Focke-Wulf up north now. I don't see any AA this time. I think it's going for the Valentine 3, but I'm not sure if he can see that anymore. So he might just be blind bombing the ground. It looks like he is. Yeah, I don't see... Now, it looks like he got target on it somehow. But not even enough to fall it back. Still 12-12. Partizani getting crushed here, as expected. Really, probably should have just kept that in the woods. Made him work to get it out. T-34 might support, but I still think the Partizani are going to die, especially because they're retreating a stupid direction. Valentine 9 trying to sneak its way up onto the hill to take out that Panzer IV there. Which, if it gets the first shot and stuff, it will, but the Sped Troop is here to spot for it, so it probably won't. Here comes an M42 Shug and a Grilla and a Panzer III to try to break off this hold that Mimile has over this reinforcement road. Mimile, though, on the 1311, really impressive after losing this central hill, which is usually kind of like like a death warrant on this map. Losing this center hill is usually you're just like, okay, well, I'm probably losing this game, but he is fighting hard back. Lag 3, not going to get through. Oh, and falls. Oh, it fell back into the SD cave's head. It's very dead. Ooh, that was just unfortunate. You can't really micro stop that. It's really a bummer. Partisani force back in this little squad of armor doing a lot of damage here. T-34 has no chance of stopping all of this. Sped Troop does get spotted. I'm not sure, but I guess by the Partisani sniper here. All right, T-34 versus M42 Stug. I have a feeling the Stug wins. Really? The Valentine can't shoot that? Oh, it has 1750 meter range. I always forget that. That's why this thing is so phenomenal, is its abnormal range. T-34 versus this Panzer III. At range, the T-34 actually should do okay, but it does get a side shot and goes down. Yeah, so a nice counter push here by Mr. Ghosty. We'll see if Mimile can take advantage of some other weakness on the map, and it looks like he's going to push back for the main hill. Valentine takes out the Stug M42. Nice kill there. Finally targets that Spade Troop down. Valentine 9 probably will beat this Panzer III, and it does. And survives itself. Wow, this thing overperforming right now. Grilla ground attacking on this defensive line here. That even that 37mm might be in a little bit of trouble. Sturm Pioneer gets caught out. Even with the support of the Panzer IV, not enough. Here comes a Focke-Wulf though to kill that DP. 37mm just a little late to stop, and down it goes. This is the issue with 37mm. They're just like always a little not good enough. Like they're just a tad away from being good. They're just not 40 mils. Like 40 mil buffers are just better, despite it only being a 3mm difference. Panzer IV and Grilla go down. 2 huge kills here for Mimile. We are into B phase now. Both players getting lots of income. These Valentines and stuff are absolutely tearing up the reinforcements, although Mr. Ghosty coming hard on the hill where he is strong. Mimile back into position here. Tanko's going to be able to easily kill off the Spare Troop. So, Ghosty's also losing a lot of recon, which is pretty key, honestly. 37mm does succeed this time, and lag might be able to kill it off. Oh yeah, this is bad for that bomber. How heavily armed is the lag? Armed well enough, and down a heavy bomber goes. That is not a cheap investment. 120 points. Didn't even get to bomb. Really rough there for Ghosty. And his armor died again. The Panzer IV support he had coming in. So now the Valentine can just shoot all this stuff. Although, I mean, the Valentine's not putting out very much damage, so these infantry will almost definitely get in. It has no machine gun, and it's out of HE. So now it's just looking at them. The ZIS-2 actually has to be really careful, because these guys are going to get in. Lag is going to try to do something about it. Probably lost sight of that. Okay, regain sight. Bombs in. Does heavily damage it and stops it from getting in. Sturm Pioneer goes down. Vardy DP standing at just a bit of range so they can take those out. Currently still 12-12, though Mimile with a small advantage in tickets. Sturm Pioneer should do all right here. There we go. Nice shot there. Razvedka need to fall back. It's really his only thing holding off the armor here. The PTRS or PTRD from the Gavardi DP not going to do it. And the lag will just barely get out. Mimile at a 13-11, but about to go back to a 12-12. Valentine finally getting caught out by the Panzer IV, and he's got nowhere to go. And down that Valentine finally goes. ZIS-2, though, trying to get into position. I'm sorry I didn't put a ZIS-2 up here on the hill, but I guess the 45mm might be enough. Mr. Ghosty back into this town with a lot of troops. This Avto Komrotsi needs to fall back. It's still standing. He obviously forgot it when he fell back his other troops. 45mm kills the half-track, saving the leader for now, but the Panzergren going to kill that off unless he falls back. It's going to be an unfortunate loss of leadership there from Mimile. One thing Mr. Ghosty's really not using is leadership. He's got a lot of veterancy on his troops just naturally, but other than that leader up here, he's really not using it. 45mm gets caught out by the Panzergren. That's going to take a lot of damage and probably should run away. Leader's still here. Mimile is moving stuff, but he hasn't fallen this leader back even a little bit. SG-43 in position now. ZIS-2. Oh. Will it be able to kill off these Stugs? No, it's missing, and the Zis-2's gonna go down here. And that armor's finally gonna get through. The Sturm Pioneers got into the woods, which is definitely not good. Although they're very weak, but two of them they're basically Flammenwerfers at this point with less health. Remember that 2-unit squads in this game, such as Flammenwerfers and Aufklärers, actually have the health rating of a 4-unit squad. That's why they don't die. Avto Kamradi finally falling back. I don't know what he was waiting for. Now he's lost his leadership for literally no reason. And just absolute horde of Su-76 is coming in. I mean, they're a good counter to this light armor. Absolutely. I mean, they're cheap as heck. 40 points. Yeah, I mean, an interesting play to say the least, but definitely, I would say, probably effective. Gepard moving in to do some anti-infantry work here. Emcha gonna survive barely. Zis-2 is just waiting for those Stugs to get into position. The Guerrilla, though, still in a dangerous spot. Su-76s need to get forward to fight the Panzer IV before they kills them at range. 37 mil in a really dangerous spot here. This was a ballsy call in, to say the least. Su-76 down. Valentine 9 down. Mr. Ghosty getting some good trades now. Although the infantry are killed off of the hill. Still 12-12. A couple minutes left in Maverick. B phase fun. Already TP going down. Infantry reinforcements pouring in down south. The Su-76 is finally getting range of that Panzer IV. Can they kill it? It's 2-on-1, and they're double star. It should have a good chance. One penetration. Panzer IV on the run. Another shot gets off, and the Panzer IV goes down. Big kill there. But Mr. Ghosty finally getting back into his flag here. Zis-2 trying to get on target, but a Panther is now in, and he's really got nothing to kill that, and that's a big issue. What in this division can kill that Panther? The answer is nothing. The Su-85 and the Zis-2 at closer ranges with their APCR is basically his only answer. And that's terrifying, to be honest with you. I hate being in that position. I really do, personally. I can't stand not being able to kill a tank. Su-76 is doing a nice support job. They killed off that Panzer IV recon, but here comes double Focke-Wulf, going to hit that Su-76 hard. Will the 37 mil stop either of them? Nope. And down one goes, and the other is falling back. So these Su-76s getting broken down. They do some great damage with their HE. Bunch of infantry here on the hill. 1 more minute left of the Maverick fun. Mr. Ghosty actually looking really thin here in the middle. If Mimile decides to do this right here and make a push in the center, he will succeed. That armor blob on the hill was completely broken down. Su-76 against that Pak-40 knock rate. Emcha on the run, trying to get away in time. Stug down south with an IG-18 to support. Zis-2 is already dead. The Su-76 HE is quite effective and fires very quickly. This Pak-40 is very pinned down. If it misses, it's going to die. And it does. And it's going down, I think. Boop. And a Pak-40 lost to a Su-76. Pretty rough. Gavardia DP doing the work here with all of its weapons. Hitting the Sturm Pioneers. Hitting the half-track. Sturm Pioneers finally getting to range. Just kidding. They throw down smoke. PTRD failing to kill that half-track off. These things can be just so unreliable. There we go. Half-track goes down. Panther is still... I mean, that is a brick wall. Not sure what he's going to do about it. A side shot with the Su-76 would be glorious. But that's asking a lot, especially because this Stug M42 is probably going to kill it. Oh, but the 76 lands the first hit. Here comes a Jagdpanzer IV as well. And they trade. Wow, you can't ask for much better there. He did get back into this flag. Still at 12-12. 20 minutes in, we're now into the C phase grind of the Maverick income. Double mortars coming in. All of a sudden, a bunch of artillery. I mean, Mimile doesn't have much to counter, and he didn't call in any off-map in B phase, which means we're probably not going to see it, because 170 points with an 80 point a minute income is probably not happening. And if it is, that is a massive investment. Studebaker with the ammo. Did he bring it in with ammo? No. So why did he bring ammo in? It's kind of weird. There was nothing over here that would have required ammo. Huh. I'm not really sure. Emcha doing its wonderful anti-infantry roll here. Panther moving forward to kill that, although it's in a pretty tight spot. Not going to be easy. Partisani should be able to beat the Sturm Pioneer as long as they have a Molotov left, and they do. So Partisani should win this, I would think. Maybe not. Partisani are kind of losing. And they're out of Molotovs. The second Molotov would seal the deal, but I don't think he's got it. Well, I know he doesn't have it. Focke-Wulf is just going to say, nah, I'm not even fighting this. Oh, but it misses, but it's going to get surrendered. They're both falling back. This is always one of those weird things. Okay, the Sturm Pioneer won because it was behind the front line. That's why. Gavardi DP need to fall back. Push on the hill is starting to develop. Thing is, Mr. Ghosty would have just spotted this blob of armor, so he might be able to counter in time. Zis2 finally in position here, moving forward to try to kill that Panther, and this is his only chance, although the Panzergrens are here, and that's definitely not good. He's trying to get into a spot where the Panzergrens won't have an effect. Lag coming in, was going for the IG-18, which can also stop that Zis2. Emcha moving forward. Whoa, 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 whoa. Finds the Panzergren. It's gonna. Oh my God! The Zis2 just got absolutely just decimated. Never even got to set up for a shot. Mortar's starting to go to town now. See how much of an effect those will have. Oh, we do see an off map. He must have had a couple points left. Obviously, he thinks there's a lot more here. There's not, so he'll be able to easily capture. He might be able to capture all of this, honestly. I mean, this northern area still got a good defense going on, but he might be able to kill off these Gepards and stuff. This could be absolutely backbreaking for Mr. Ghosty if Mimile makes this push well. And we've seen Mimile be super aggressive before, so I don't see why this time he would suddenly be passive in his push. As long as the Emcha can stay away from this Panther, he can do a lot of damage. Here comes the off map. Barf. But in we come. Tanko's going to be strong here. Panzergrens do not have any AT other than to throw the little grenades. Now the Tankos are out. They should be able to absolutely clean this up. Yep, down that goes. Tanko's pushing deep, as I suspected. Pioneer's going down. This MG42 really the only thing to hold it off, but the Valentine is there to support. Once he kills off this Panzergren, it's all him all day long here. Partisani not fighting a good fight for itself here. Here comes the Gavardi DP. Panzergren probably won't be able to stop it, I would think. Oh, it's on return fire, so it's not going to. Mimile picking up a 13-11 here now. Panzergren on the hill. PTRD takes out the SDK of Zed. Nice kill there. The defense down south has been basically completely broken down, unless this too can kill this Panther, which might open things back up a little bit, because it's not a very strong push here. Yep, here we go. Zis2 is on target. It's going to start firing. It's got 12 rounds a minute, so it's going to pump out the damage. And these APCRs should easily penetrate that Panther. Oh, gets a bounce. Really shouldn't bounce with 185 millimeters of penetration at this range. And gets the bailed out. Panther is down a massive kill there for Mimile. Mr. Ghosty missing that really key micro there. 3 Focke-Wulfs coming in. I don't think there's any 37 mils here to stop it. Tanko's going to go down. Gavardi DP goes down. His push getting broken up here a little bit by these planes. Well, there's not much he can do against all this armor. Stug M42, the only thing to stop him, and it's not going to do it. Panzer III also here, but still not a great tool against all of these weapons here. Although the center here getting broken down a bit. Tons of reinforcements coming in here from Mimile, though. He's going to push back and push back hard. This 2 now ran out of APCR, never finished off this Panther. I mean, it has a chance of penetrating, but it's really obviously struggling, but it does finally get the penetration. Panther is officially dead. DED dead. Surprised there's a 37 mil, but it's way out of position. He needs way more A to stop these Focke-Wulfs. Second off map coming down. Stug M42 goes down again. Artillery coming. Oh, there's a 37 mil here, but it just didn't do anything. Valentine 3 pushing forward. I mean, if it can hit this Stug M42, I mean, this thing's pretty lightly armored. Oh yeah, I can definitely kill it. And it gets a pen already. Stug misses, and the Stug goes down. Another big kill. That's the issue with those Stugs. I mean, they're really efficiently costed, and they have 1750 meter range, and so, like, they're good. But I do find they either really overperform or they really underperform. I just don't find there's any in between for them. I either think they're like, oh my god, this is the most incredible unit, or I'm like, these are kind of trash. I never find them doing like an average job. Off map coming down, should easily push all this stuff out of position unless this Sturm Pioneer doesn't get hit by any more stuff. Already still coming down 37 mil in a much more aggressive position now. There should be one more column of this off map because you get 3 of them in there. Mimile fully, Mr. Ghosty fully back in down south, but it is not a very heavy hold. Lag has no chance getting by that STKZ 7-1. Does finally fall back the right way, so it might get out. And it does. This armor blob moving forward, though, needs to get into a position to stop the reinforcements. Panther A, though, is going to be an issue. He's got no way to kill that again. Back to the same issue from before. Off map coming down on all this support. Oh, this could be huge. The mortars are actually moving, though. The SDKs, just killing that, though, is pretty awesome. He's only got 2 of those, and that's his, like, only really good AA. Gradila finding some 2K fun on the Su-76s and T-34s. It'll actually do a good bit of damage to the Su-76 because they're open top. So, yeah, he actually doesn't want to keep doing this. He needs to fall back. Panther going to move into a spot that it can kill things, too. Su-76 down now. Gradila doing a lot of damage. Mimile needs to fall his armor blob back, but it is currently a 15-9 from Mimile, turning the tables severely. 37 mils just, they're so disappointing. They really are. Off map. Is it actually going to fail to kill this SDK of Zed? That is shocking. That is the biggest fail of an off map I've ever seen. Razvedka with their bazooka taking out 1. They only have 1 more round left, though, and I don't know if they'll get it off here. They do, and they do take out another one, so nice kill there. I mean, they're just half tracks, but still, they're annoying. 17-7 from Emil currently. Wow. He's really taking a commanding flag lead here with this bubble, his salient he's pushed. He's lost a number of armored units here. Is this 2 coming in to try to kill off this Panther? And Mr. Ghosty is leaving it to try to cover this area, but it's way too close. Like, it's just way too close. Mortars coming in. Not going to hit a thing. Gavardia, yep, pushing into this little town area down here. Valentine's ending up supporting against this infantry push here to get back into this flag. Reinforcements coming on in. Hold all this. Here comes an Alciona. Big bomber to hit these tanks. 37 mil will spread out the bombs, though, pretty significantly. He needs another 37 mil so bad. Like this one all the way up here, at least. Bombs are big, though, and they do kill off one of the Valentines. More Valentines coming in. He did bring a B phase card, so he's got 12 on that card. Really didn't bring a ton of MCHAs, but honestly, I would take the Valentines in this matchup every day. You don't need help killing infantry, you need help killing tanks. And the Valentine is far more effective at it. Valentine should be able to finish off the IG-18, and actually there's just nothing up here for Ghosty. I mean, he's shifted a lot of his defenses down. He lost the 2 Gepards. So his air defense is actually quite thin as well, other than this SDK of Zed, which just did not die from that off map, which I'm sure Mimile was expecting it would. Although the pressure in the town building up is currently 15-9 with the support Panzer and a Panzergren recapturing this flag, bringing it back to a 14-10, but Mimile created a nice bit of breathing room ticket-wise. Zis2 still, did it kill? No, the Panther actually moved up on the hill, killed off the T-34. That was positioned there. Another Zis2 moving in. He's probably actually running low on these. I mean, he has 9. We've seen a fair number of them, though. Gavardi TP doing a poor man's job. Zis2 getting caught by the Panzergren, but they do get killed. They do get pinned. Here comes bombers for the Zis2 and the Gavardi DP here. Again, the AA just too light. It's just too thin here. He's letting these Focke-Wulfs get so much value. Oh my goodness. Yeah, finally he's moving this AA up a little bit. I mean, he tried with this AA over here, but it got killed. He's got more. He's got more 37 mils. I'm surprised he's not bringing more in. Back to a 14-10, though. Mr. Ghosty fighting back and fighting back hard. Focke-Wulf coming in for this Zis2. Yep, every Zis2 he loses is a huge loss. Especially with these Panther A's starting to hunt. Oh, lag flying into the SDK of Zed. it get away? I'm not sure. Oh, the SDKZ goes down to the Valentines. That's a huge kill. Finally reopening the air. Focke-Wulf gets damaged. Another one bombing hits the Valentine hard. More Valentines coming in. Will he finally bring more aid? Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. It's been painful to watch. He really let Mr. Ghosty bully him hard with those Focke-Wulfs. It's not that he didn't call AA in, but 37 mils are very lackluster. You really kind of need two. If you really want a section to be defended, you need two of them. Support Panzer IV is going to get some side shots on the Valentine, but miss. Valentine's still not aiming at it because he can't see it. He's got no eyeballs on him. He's blind. I'm blind. What don't you understand? I'm blind. Anybody? The movie? A wonderfully stupid movie. That is just too funny. But anyways, MCHA probably going to die here to the Panther, but Panther moves in a weird spot and ends up having to re-aim. Valentine does go down while falling back. MCHA, of course, has no chance against this big cat. Mortar's going after this 37 mil, but it's already on the move. TU2F coming through, and it's probably just moving to spot to see if that AA is finally cleared out. And if it is, I'm sure we'll see at least one lag coming through. Mimile, though, holding on to his 1410. Mr. Ghosty's starting to get some better trades, though, and push back in. All of this armor was killed. I mean, that was a lot of tank loss there from Mimile. This BTRD spotting nicely. It's not a recon, but it's certainly seeing what's going on. These mortars have been doing good damage. They killed off at least 137 mil, are clearly doing a lot to this infantry right now. Probably will kill it off. Yep, just straight kill off there. Two mortars function so much better than one, and I know that seems obvious to say, but like it's not just twice as effective. It's like 3 times as effective with 2 of them over 1. 37 mils finally getting into position. We have the new second one here successfully, and they will save this TU2F, I would think. Ooh, that Focke-Wulf might die for this over-aggressive fighter play here. I don't know. Here comes the IL-4 now. 1,000 kilogram bomb. The mortar on the run. Will they dodge that 1,000 kilogram bomb? I don't know if they will. Another SDKZ-71 suddenly in. Oh, and they do. They got on a road in time. Whew, that was cheeky by Mimile there to try to kill those off. Fortunately for him that it does not pay off. Lag coming in for the bombing strike on the Panther to start to weaken that. Nice hit there. Yeah, that's the problem with trying to big bomb things that move fast. You can dodge it. It's very dodgeable. Tanko's wiping out the Sturm Pioneer here. Fortunately, waste a Molotov on the half track. Valentine, no chance against that Panther, but it's doing it anyway. This Tanko is holding down the line right now. Valentine finally dodges out. Tanko hopping in and out to throw its 60 meter range AT grenade. And the half track does go down. So he holds onto that flag, continues his 1410. The gap continues to grow. Guard DP, I don't think they can kill this Panzer IV. It's 50 millimeters of armor, 35 millimeters. Yeah, no, okay. I always forget I can look at these numbers. I know. I'm sorry. Panzergun does go down to the Guardi DP, though, and this flag might be under pressure here any moment. MG42 trying to save the day, though. Mortar's looking for that 37 mil. Might have moved a little bit. Razvedka could be the answer, but the Panther whiffs the danger. Gets a whiff of the danger. Panzergun might just kill it, though. Yee! Razvedka need to run. Whenever I cast, a lot of times I hit the retreat button. It's like sitting here hitting R over and over again, trying to get the units to fall back. 13-11 though now. Mr. Ghosty clawing his way back in. Valentine 3 finds the Panzer IV, can definitely kill that. But it's just bouncing right now. Gets a transmission damage. Huge crit there, but not good enough. Alciona still gets through the 37 mil screen. Mortar's going after the 37 mil and doing it well. Might kill it off. And it survives. Flag flipped, and it's now 12-12 again. Will this go like the last game? I mean, Emil had a commanding lead last game, and things just fell apart for him. Valentine takes another hit from the Panther, moves to get out of the way. He needs these Valentines to kill the other stuff. Mortars, the effect of these mortars is really starting to show. If Ghosty can keep the air open for these Focke-Wulfs, he could really do some good damage. Valentine tries to kill off the half-track. Komroti gonna go down. Stays alive. Might get another little AT grenade off. It does. Valentine takes out the Stug, but dies itself. I don't know if that's a bad or good trade for either player. They both kind of need everything they got at this point. Gavardi DP should be able to kill off that half-track. Down it goes. Now the Tanko's pushing forward to kill off that MG34 Panzergren. There is an IG-18 here, though. But the Tanko do get into range of that Panzergren. Dodge the Molotov. IG-18 trying to finish it off, but it goes down. And a flag back in Mimile's favor. 13-11 again. Focke-Wulf's coming in. 37 mil still alive. Will it stop that Focke-Wulf? It does not. And the Tanko still survives, though. To throw another Molotov another day. Oh, this is just like barely holding on, but Mimile's position looking quite strong. He's got troops all the way across the line quite solidly. Ghosty with just kind of like this central hub of units. His south is actually really quite weak. A single tank could really chop through this quite easily, except for the heat shell here. Su-85 is coming in. I'm supposing this is the last Valentine. I'm going to guess based on the Su-85 call. Obviously, the Su-85 is probably coming in to kill this Panther, but it could also indicate Valentine's running out. Another Panther in. Now the Su-85 looking extra spicy. Focke-Wulf might go down to this, flying straight into the 37 mil screen. These things are so resilient, and they're so fast. 37 mil goes down to the Panther, though. That's a big loss. Will it go down? Nope. Those Focke-Wulfs living is a big issue. The Panther was forced off the road from the Zis-2, I believe. Panther falling back, but the Zis-2's moving in to hunt for it. Tanko's coming in. There's not any CQC left here for Mr. Ghosty, which is why he's really struggling at any tight fight. Panther does get away. IL-4 coming in for the Panther, I would suppose. SDKZ, yeah, it'll kill that. Yeah. It's getting a full shot on it. Bomb lands far, but it does pin the SDKZ and allows the IL-4 to get away. What a save of itself. Mortar now coming in for the Zis-2. That's immediately falling back. It looks like the mortar strike was a little forward, so it's going to survive. Down south, Gavardi in a nice position. Continues to pressure these flags. 14-10 again from Mimile. Mr. Ghosty's position getting more and more tenuous as we go here with this flag deficit, ticket deficit being quite large. Mortar's trying to find these infantry. Again, he can't really deal with these Tankos. He's got no more CQZ. You can see he's just bringing in Panzergrens. And Mr. Ghosty probably going to be running low on infantry soon. He only has 59 in the deck, so it's not like he's flush with infantry. The Panther's kind of locked here, as long as these Su-85s are here to get him. Lag comes in down south, kills off the IG-18. That was the main roadblock down here. With that out of the way, the Gavardi DP are pushing forward, and I still think they'll beat the Panzergrens, even with the cover differential here. Yeah, but maybe not. DP machine guns are terrible. And they're only using machine guns, so yeah, actually the Panzergrens will probably win, unless the other one gets involved. Focke-Wulf coming in again. 37 mil was forced out of position, so I don't think it'll stop it. Oh, the other one actually is helping. And he still can't stop the bombs. Good lord. Tanko did go down, so this flag did flip back. A pretty big force coming here on the hill for Ghosty. SDKZ 250/9s. We haven't seen any of those this game, and those could definitely be dangerous. Gavardi DP definitively losing this fight. Cover, guys. It's all about cover. Units out of cover will legitimately always lose. It's pretty nuts, actually. Always feels like maybe they'd still have a chance, but then they don't. Panther going super aggro. I don't know if he thought that, like, the Zis-2 was dead. Is this too? Oh, and the Valentine finishes off the Panther. Oh, an overly aggressive play here for Mr. Ghosty. Cost him a Panther. Oh, Valentine 3, though, going to go down to the Panther over here. This Valentine moving into a bad position. Su-85. Should be able to take out the SDK of Z, but it does have APCR on, which means it could awkwardly leave it alive. Valentine, though, really no AT here. Goes down. One shot. Valentine 9, no chance to kill that Panther. Down south, TU2F enjoying the view. This flag was finally captured. SDK of Z coming in, that's going to be an issue. The Gavardi do have the DP, but they're going to take a lot of damage. And the Gavardi DP do not pen the first shot, which means they're probably going to die, and that flag will be flipped back into Ghosty's favor. But it's still 14-11. It will be a 13-11 despite that. Mortar's going after the Su-85s. Pretty effective here. Might kill off the leader accidentally. Valentine goes down to the Panther. His flag now under pressure, but there's still a huge gap and only 8 minutes left. And I honestly think Ghosty is probably out of infantry. I mean, or very close to. He must be. PTRD trying to move in to kill the 250. Not sure that's going to turn out great. You'll get one shot and die. Lots of 37 mils in now, and this Focke-Wulf is finally going to die. Lag coming in for an unnecessary fighter strike. Panzer 4 goes down to the Valentine combo here. Lag going to fly into the SDK of Z. Yep, making a run for it. Focke-Wulf finally goes down. Lag... No. Is it going to stay in? Nope. Off it goes. Now 13-11 for Ghosty, but he's got a long way to go, and I'm not sure he has the forces to fully break Mimile like he did last game. Panzer Trek goes down to the Gavardi DP to stop these Su-85s from dying to it. Did this other Panther A die? It did. The Su-85s killed that Panther A. That's a huge, huge kill. Didn't even see it. I apologize. I'm assuming he's calling him Panther A's because that's all he has to call in. I don't think there's much left in his deck. We've seen all the Panzer 4s, we've seen the Ag Panzer. We haven't seen Martyr 3s. But, I'm not sure how much use they'd be at this point. We've seen all the Sherm Pioneers. We've seen all the Berettas. Oh, yeah. And he double vetted a lot of the Panzergrens, so they're really not coming in big numbers. Meal back to a 13-11. Panzer 4 goes down to the Valentine here. After leader goes down, though. Panther A pushing forward, and Mr. Ghosty throws in the towel at that point, seeing that the math can in no way possibly work out for him. 44 minutes between these two fantastic players here. 38-25 to 37-60. Can't even be that upset about it. I mean, once again, they're within 100 points of the KD, which is really abnormal for games that go this long. That's really impressive. Valentine's doing tons of damage. Those things really did great. 50 points. Wow. Really outperformed their cost. We don't see them in many divisions, which might be a good thing because otherwise they'd probably end up getting nerfed because they are quite strong. But since they're only in a few divisions, it's not a big deal. And it's a few divisions that kind of need them. From Mr. Ghosty's side, nothing doing phenomenal work, honestly. Panther getting a couple kills, but that's about it. Yeah, he was not able to string together any big units. But if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting over on Patreon. Thanks a bunch, and have a fantastic day.